Morning. How's everyone going? My name's DeadRon. I'm an Australian VTuber, and today I'm taking you through my build for SunnySimsie Shell Challenge. So SunnySimsie, great YouTuber, mostly Sims content, but as you can probably guess by the name, highly recommend go checking her out. This is her small house. I believe 96 tiles, meeting the 100 tile requirement. And she's put up this shell challenge with not many restrictions. So basically make your own, come up with your own sort of design. So this, or theme, or whatever you want to call it. So I initially started out with this fence, going through fences, thought, oh, this looks kind of sort of fayish. I might go with like a countryside fairy sort of vibe, which sort of quickly disappeared once I realized I didn't really have the right tools for that in the base game. Instead, this ended up as a sort of base game, boring base game beige house, starter home. It's got so falls within the 22 grand budget for a basic starter home. I did end up removing this fence, unfortunately, once I realized it was costing almost a third of my total budget. But I stuck to the theme of beige predominantly. Where I couldn't go beige, I went with off-white. And there are a few plain pine, untreated pine areas within the house as well. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays evening, roughly 7 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Come check me out on YouTube, Twitch or Trovo. So this house, as you see, I've removed the fence. Going into the internals, as I mentioned, went with a beige theme, very deliberately a very basic, boring theme. You can see that I took some time with the wallpaper, the external walls, which I ended up selling on that yellow wallpaper. It is technically an inside or an internal paint scheme. However, I felt that it really worked in with the theme of this house. This house is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. Upstairs you've got the double bed bedroom with 2 end tables, dresser and TV. And downstairs the children's room has a single bed and a toy bear. The bear within this video actually got replaced after I realized that the one that I placed in this video can only be viewed, it cannot be played with. I replaced it with one that can actually be played with. Everything within this house has been tested. I imported my perfect family, who I took through, used everything in the house. Everything does work. You can check out the stream of my build on YouTube. I have all the VODs saved to YouTube. And once I finished all the functional items, which have basically been done in the build that you can see right now, I moved on to the gardens. Both the lawn garden and the balcony gardens. I added the first level balcony includes 2 garden pots for people to increase their gardening skills. I did not include any seeds. You can pay for themselves in your own game. Apart from that, the gardens are largely visual. There is a pond out front which can be used for fishing once you place the fish within the pond. Other than that, this is my first time making heavy use of debug items. I really enjoyed it. I am relatively new coming back to The Sims 4 after playing a lot of Sims 1 and 2. and then taking a long break from the series. Played a few hours of 3 and 4, but very little prior to a month or two ago. So this is technically my second shell challenge. The first one I completed was Chloe Caffeinated shell challenge. She is a great Australian streamer. I recommend you check her out. Chloe Caffeinated streams on Twitch most nights Australian time. And for her build, I did a Christmas themed cafe. That video will be coming Christmas night Australian time, so I hope to see you all there, see you check it out, because I really did love doing that build. So back to this house that I was working on. As you can see, I've started on the gardens, finished the pond out front, the footpath to the front door, mailbox and outdoor bin, which technically wasn't actually an outdoor bin, so I did replace the one you see in this video. And because the fences were so expensive, I ended up replacing them with debug hedges. Nothing tastes better than free. I've also found that I love doing a bit of gardening in The Sims. All three builds that I've done, or all three shell challenges I've done so far, have resulted in very interesting gardens, very extensive gardens. I do enjoy making use of this terrain paint beneath the gardens. I do need to spend some time playing around with terrain tools. I am aware those are one of the big things that people find rather frustrating about The Sims, and I do want to become better with terrain tools. You can see a few final finishing touches on the house, finishing off the gardens, adding a tree out the front with a bit of grass. I do recommend anyone who is putting trees, put a bit of grass or a few flowers or rocks around the base. I do find they look quite good. I do find they really make things look a bit more interesting, break things up, as opposed to just having random trees coming out of green grass. As you can see, I've created a upper sort of leisure area where you can read or just sit and chat, and then the area outside of the master bedroom is intended as a sort of I imagine as you build up, you might put a piano or guitar or chessboard up there, something like that. Have it as a bit of a practice space. And now we enter the walkthrough. Thank you if you've stuck around this long. As you can see, this is my boring basic beige starter house. Budget of $22,000. It came in about $200 under that, $21,800 or so. As you walk along the footpath, you pass the pond with a broken jetty, past the mailbox and the replaced outdoor bin, through the pebble footpath, and as you enter the front door, you enter the living space with a small kitchen, entirely functional as I've said, with a fridge, stove, one bench top and sink. You have the main living room / dining room with a table, 3 chairs and TV. This is the children's bedroom with single bed and teddy. I imagine that is one thing you will upgrade over time, maybe put a TV in there. Here is the bathroom with a combined shower, bath, toilet and sink. I'm now getting better at remembering to include toilet paper in there. While it doesn't have a use in game, it is quite nice to have. Here we have the flower garden at the rear of the site. I think a lot of people might sort of upgrade that, maybe put some apple trees or something in there that they can use for skill. This does feel like a gardener's sort of home. Maybe that'll interest you. Maybe you'll decide to go down a different route and add some other outdoor activities. Now the upper bedroom, master bedroom, like I said, has a double bed with 2 end tables, dresser and TV. So you can change your Sims. And finally, you head down the stairs, a little visual glitch on the fence on the left. Definitely not someone forgetting to change the color scheme on that fence. Definitely a visual glitch. And finally, we end up here in the leisure area, where you can have a view of your ferns, look over to the side, and on your left here you catch a little glimpse of my build for Clo Caffeinated's coffee cup shell challenge. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Please come out, check out my channels on Twitch, YouTube, Trovo and Twitter. Have a good day.